Joining us on Can Do FM today for our Bounce Back to Business series is Sarah Hart from Sarah's Sewing Services. Welcome to Can Do FM, Sarah.
Good morning, Andrea.
Right, now then, come on, you tell us a little bit about your business.
Okay, so I'm Sarah. I run Sarah's Sewing Services. It's a local business in the Furness area and it focuses on repairs and alterations. I concentrate mainly on the wedding industry. So I do all alterations for wedding dresses, bridesmaids, flower girls, and all the menswear as well. I also do alterations for the prom dresses. So each season on the school leavers, so I do those. I make christening dresses from wedding dresses, and that's a very popular thing that I do. And it doesn't have to be from a recent wedding either. You know, it can be sort of like further down the line once somebody's had a child. I also make memory items. Yeah. So I make memory or keepsake cushions and quilts. And you might see this guy that's peeping around the corner here.
Yeah, he's lovely.
Is a sample. Yeah, this is Bussines. So that's an idea of what I can make. And they can be made from anything, really. From clothes from, sadly, a loved one that's passed away, or from baby clothes, and even uniforms, a work uniform or a school uniform.
Now, so coronavirus came along in March, and of course the main portion of your business, which is weddings and proms, were all postponed or cancelled. So how did you, what did you do at that particular point? That must have been quite traumatic for you.
Yeah, it was very strange. It just seemed to happen overnight as well. All of a sudden, the weddings and the prom just weren't going to happen. I feel really, sad for the bride and groom that had a wedding planned and everything that's involved, and for those school leavers as well that couldn't have a prom on the year that they left. It was really difficult, as well for my business. It's been difficult for all businesses, but it really sort of hit me hard. There was just nothing at all. Right. Because I also offer a door-to-door service, so I couldn't go and see people either in their homes to do that. So everything just stopped immediately.
But it did give you time to reflect, though, didn't it? So how did you adapt then? What did you come up with?
Normally I'm very, very busy, so it actually gave me the time to reevaluate my business and come up with some new ideas. I sorted out my workshop, so I can now work a lot more streamlined and have a good tidy up and things like that. Things that you don't normally get a chance to do. So I've done a lot of background work while it's been really quiet. So that's been a real positive, and I'm so excited to put in place some of the ideas that I've got for the future now.
Right, go on then. Can't wait. What are your ideas for the future?
Well, I'm excited to say now that a lot of the weddings are getting rebooked now, so either later on this year or for next year. So that's been great, speaking to the brides again and putting things in place to get their alterations done. And the same for the prom, hopefully they're going to be rearranged for next year. So that's really good news. One thing I am excited about is I'm going to be offering a bespoke designer wedding dress service. I'm going to be working with the bride who's going to design her own wedding dress, what she would ideally want for a big day, and I'm going to make it for her.
Oh, lovely.
So, really
you have a unique wedding dress. Yeah,
it's going to be a one-off. No one else will have one, and it'll be specially made. Yeah.
I love the ideas of the keepsake teddies and the keepsake quilts as well. That's a lovely idea. We all have, those sort of rites of passage, don't we? When your children are sort of grown up, or they've left babyhood, or, they're off to start their own lives, and you're left with all these keepsake things. And I've got drawers and drawers of baby clothes that I can't bear to part with, even though my son is 6'5" and nearly 18 years old. But it would be lovely to make those into these keepsakes. It's a lovely idea.
Yeah, it's a nice idea to keep. So I've got a nice blanket here, lovely soft blanket. That's going to be a bear eventually.
Right.
So it's just something nice to do. You know, they can be made from absolutely anything. It's lovely. I'm also going to make some other animals. I've got doing designs for those at the moment, so maybe rabbits and dogs. So even if, you know, a family pet has passed away, you know, there's such a big part of the family. It's a very sad time. So maybe from the dog blanket or something from the coat, you can make something that, you know, you can look at and have a cuddle with.
Well, it's a big part of your life, aren't they? I have Scylla, my dog, co-presenter. She's just eating her dinner at the moment, but she'll be back in a minute. So how can people get in touch with you?
I have a Facebook page, Sarah's Sewing Services, and my phone number's on there. Or you can also send me a direct message and I can get back to you or give you a call. Right.
Okay. So it's all guns blazing, all full steam ahead for the future. Sarah's Sewing Services back in business and doing well. Thank you for joining us Thank you for joining us today. And
thanks very much.
Keep in touch with Can Do FM.